Hello, lovely people. I know the internet is full of good advice, and I'm the last one that wants to push more advice onto you. I just came off a session with a friend of mine, and she has quite a lot of trouble with the hips, the knee, the shoulder, the whole thing. It's just like she's been to physios all over the place, and it just seems like there's something missing. She's worked too hard on her rehab for it to not to work. So what no one has looked at so far was the relationship to all of that, to the pelvic floor and the diaphragm. So when I said that, she went like, oh yeah, the diaphragm. Oh yeah, no, there's definitely something wrong there. And also with the pelvic floor. So there's a really, really simple exercise. There's actually a whole routine that you work with the pelvic floor and the diaphragm. So if you have any problems in that area or with your bladder, please let me know and I can talk you through it. It's quite personal, and you actually, rather than just like, there is no one that can just post some pictures and you will get it. It's a really unique experience to feel this, especially with your pelvic floor. So that would be a one-to-one thing. I wouldn't do that in a large group. So I'll just show you a little breath work that might work. Make sure your bladder is not full. Make sure you haven't eaten just now. So that's kind of like the most important thing. I'll do it first thing in the morning. It's not first in the morning now, but we're fine. So bear with me. So there is something called Kapalabhati. If you're yogi, you know how that goes. It is like your tummy goes in when you exhale. Like I always refer to it as trying to blow out your birthday candles with your nose, one at a time. And your tummy goes in when you exhale. It's like this. This is good, and it's very worthwhile, and it's great. It's quite heating, so when you're on your menopause, or you are already quite hot, or you're drawn to anger, this might not be the one. Then this one might be much better. So I'll show you the whole thing, and then I will break it down into little points. So I inhale. So might be a little bit weird. so what you do, you inhale, bring your arms up, and there's two kind of exhalations. One is called a pa, which is like the upper lungs, and the poo gets like whole lower lungs emptied. Children in nursery love it. Anything to do with poo, they just love it. So pa poo. Then you're empty and you stay empty. So you hold your breath. So there's nothing going in, nothing going out. Not just the slightest wind. You just really need to hold it in. So from there, you go into this riding position, like with the legs wide. Your arms straight and they're like strong. So you're bouncy. And your back's arched and your chest's up. Good. And from there, you push out your tummy and you pull in your tummy. Push, pull, with no breath at all. Okay? So what you don't do is go forwards, backwards with your tummy. You actually go forwards and in and up with your tummy. Forwards and in and up with your tummy. Forwards and in and up with your tummy. So that might be very strange to get started. That's fine. So practice makes perfect. But keep that invitation, keep that picture in your mind. That's what you want to do, because what you want to do is like, it's not just about your pelvic floor at the bottom. It's not even just about your diaphragm. You need to feel it all the way into your throat, your Yolanda Bandha. There's 3 bandhas involved. I'll talk about bandhas another time. So what is important is there's a pelvic floor lift, there's a tummy kind of like happening, and if you do it properly, like the in and up lift, you feel it in your throat. So let's just do it without the arms just now. So we inhale, exhale, hold your breath, and you pull in, push out. You can see it here. Good. That's a few muscles that have been built for a while, so you might not see it. You might only just feel it faint. And even if you don't feel it, if you've been to any of my yoga classes, to any of the breath workshops, imagine it. It's incredible what happens when you imagine it. So just work with it. So you inhale, hold your breath, go into the position, tummy in and out, tummy in and out, till you're good and thirsty for the next breath, but you're not starving. Good. And then you inhale again, and you can do 3 in a row. I wouldn't do more than 3 in a row, then catch my breath and kind of like do it again. There isn't any point in doing more than 12 in one go. I wouldn't even start with 12. Start with 1, see how it goes. And then kind of like, it's a big part of it is visualization. And the next one is the body just following what you're envisioning. Give this a shot. Please try and please respond. Let me know how you feel it. It's really tricky. Let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. And like it. That would be great, because then it gets shown to more people. Lots of love from here, from Glasgow, sunny Glasgow. Upgrading your lockdown is what it's all about. And the biggest upgrade is to know how to minimize and how to not to spend energy where it's not needed. So this particular breathing technique really is fantastic for energizing. Good for you. There's so many benefits to it, for mental health, for just this uplift. It's actually an internal lift. Great antidepressant, great for your lungs. Holding the breath is, there's many schools of wisdom that tell you how good it is to hold your breath and to cultivate that. It's just really important that you don't hold it that long, that you're kind of like bursting to breathe. So your inhalation wants to be the same smiling breath and not kind of like an eyeball popping kind of like breath. I know you get me.